In a quiet village surrounded by ancient pine forests, there lived a spirited boy named Arjun. He was known throughout the community for his infectious enthusiasm, his constant smile, and his unwavering belief that every day held something wonderful to discover. He lived with his parents in a modest stone cottage near the village square, and his childhood was a tapestry of adventure, climbing trees, exploring hidden forest trails, and collecting stories from the elders who gathered in the town square. But one ordinary autumn morning, Arjun's world shifted. He woke with an aching body, a persistent cough, and a fever that made even his cheerful spirit falter. His parents recognized the signs immediately. Within hours, the village doctor confirmed what they feared: pneumonia. What should have been a brief illness lingered week after week. Arjun lay confined to his room, watching from the window as the seasons changed beyond his reach. The illness did more than weaken Arjun's body. It rippled through his entire family. His father, who worked as a craftsman, had to abandon his projects to stay home. Medical expenses mounted steadily. Then came the blow that seemed to shatter their already fragile stability. His father's major client contract ended suddenly, leaving the family without their primary income. Bills accumulated in a stack on the kitchen table, each one a silent reminder of their mounting troubles. Arjun felt the weight of it all. He overheard his parents' worried conversations late at night. He noticed his mother's exhausted face. The guilt was almost as overwhelming as the fever itself. On a particularly dark afternoon, when hope felt distant and the future uncertain, there came a gentle knock at the door. It was Priya, the village schoolteacher who lived just beyond their property line. But she hadn't come empty-handed. She carried warm lentil curry, fresh bread, and something equally nourishing: her presence, her genuine concern, and her quiet reassurance that no family faces hardship alone. That simple act awakened something in Arjun. He realized that strength doesn't always come from within yourself alone. It comes from the hands that reach out to steady you. From neighbors who remember you when you're forgotten. From a community that chooses compassion. With this renewed perspective, Arjun began his slow journey back to health. Rest and medicine helped, yes, but so did his family's determination and the web of support that surrounded them. Friends brought meals. A local organization learned of their situation and offered temporary assistance. Gradually, the fever released its grip. When Arjun finally returned to school, walking through those familiar corridors felt like stepping into a dream. His classmates welcomed him with genuine joy. His friends had saved stories and adventures to share. The simple act of returning to his routine felt profoundly sacred. In the months that followed, Arjun carried the lessons of his trial like precious stones in his pocket. He had learned that vulnerability is not weakness, that difficult seasons don't last forever, that gratitude isn't just something you feel in good times. It's something you practice, especially when things are hard. Most importantly, he understood that kindness from others during our darkest hours becomes a light we learn to pass forward. He began visiting the elderly in his village, spending afternoons listening to their stories. When others faced hardship, he remembered Priya's gentle knock and showed up with whatever comfort he could offer. Years would pass, and Arjun would never forget those long, difficult weeks. But he would remember them not as a chapter of defeat, but as the moment he truly learned what it means to be part of a community. He learned that even in the deepest darkness, there is always light. Sometimes it's the light we carry within ourselves, and sometimes it's the light that others bring to us. And so Arjun moved forward through life with a deeper wisdom, knowing that every challenge overcome makes us more compassionate, more resilient, and more capable of being that light for someone else.